Is LVP flooring really the miracle floor everyone says it is? Because I rip out failed LVP almost every couple of weeks. And these floors people pay $10,000, $15,000 for. And most of them failed in the first 1 to 3 years. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether LVP is the right call for your home or the most expensive mistake you'll make this year. And stick with me because I'm going to tell you about a client who lost their entire floor. And the company took their money and completely vanished. You don't want that to be you. Alright, here are 3 things I'm going to cover. First, whether LVP actually lives up to all the hype or whether you're just being sold on really good marketing. Second, exactly what goes wrong with LVP that the showroom salesperson will never tell you, and the thing that makes a brand new floor look cheap the day it goes in. And third, how to know if LVP flooring is even the right choice for your home. Because for some homes it's perfect, and for others, I'd steer you somewhere else completely. Now here's the first thing you have to understand, and it's that thing that almost everybody does not get quite right. LVP is not one product. It's a whole category. And honestly, that word luxury on the box, that's just very good marketing. There's nothing luxury about the cheap stuff. The range in quality from the bottom of that category to the top is massive. You have planks that are basically thin like sheet of plastic, and you have planks built like a tank that will last a really long time. Same word on the label, but a completely different floor. And the problem is most of what's being sold out there, especially the stuff on those big blowout sales, is the cheap low tier end LVP. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine 2 food containers here. This one's a flimsy little dollar store container, and this one's a good solid quality one. Both of these are technically plastic containers, right? Both say the same thing on the package, but watch this cheap one. See how it warps and bends? This thing cracks, warps, and clouds up after just a few runs through a dishwasher. The good one, it lasts for years and still seals tight every single time. You don't even think about it. LVP is the same exact story. People walk into the store thinking LVP is just one thing. One product, one price. But there's a cheap version and a quality version sitting right next to each other, and they look almost identical. You honestly can't tell them apart just by looking at them. The difference is one of them warps and separates on you in a couple of years, and the other one can last you 20 plus. That's the whole game, knowing which one you're actually buying. So let's start with an honest verdict. Real quick, if you're around the Raleigh, North Carolina area and you've been thinking about new floors, I'll make it easy for you. I'll bring the mobile showroom right to your door, help you find the floor that actually fits your home, and give you an honest, no pressure quote. Click the link in the description to schedule your in-home consultation now. Is LVP the real deal, or are you just being sold on it? And the straight answer is it's both. Cheap LVP genuinely has failures. I see it with my own eyes all the time, but high quality LVP, that product can absolutely last you 20 years or more, and it'll look great the whole time. So understand something, I'm not anti-LVP, I actually love a good LVP floor for the right home. I'm anti-cheap LVP, and that's the difference, and it's a big one. Now, let me clear up the biggest myth out there because this one fools almost everybody. The waterproof myth. Everyone hears the word waterproof and they think they're bulletproof. Spill anything, flood the place, and no problems. But here's the thing. The plank itself is waterproof. The plank, the subfloor underneath it is not waterproof at all. It's waterproof from the top down, not from the bottom up. So picture this, water gets spilled or a dishwasher springs a slow leak, and that water finds its way through the seams or down a long edge of a wall. Because those click joints, they snap together tight, but they don't make a watertight seal. The top of the floor looks totally fine, but underneath, that water is just sitting there on your subfloor and soaking into the padding and the wood. And now you've got mold growth underneath that floor that looks perfectly clean on top. A waterproof floor does not mean a waterproof installation. And that mix-up costs people a lot of money because by the time they smell it or see it, the damage is already done. And here's something else that catches people's attention. That LVP you see stacked up at the ceiling at the big box store on sale for some crazy low price, a lot of times That is the lowest tier of that manufacturer's entire lineup. They might make 10 different products, and what you're staring at is the cheapest one they make. It's got a thinner core, thinner wear layer, and a weaker locking mechanism than that same brand's better lines. So you see a name you recognize, you figure you're getting a deal, but it's not the same product a flooring store carries. Same brand on the label, but totally different floor in the box. The name doesn't tell you the quality, the specifications do, and I'll get to those here in a second. Okay, now let's get into what actually goes wrong. These are the real reasons these floors fail. Number one, and this is the big one, so listen up. Subfloor preparation. This is the number one killer of LVP floors, hands down. It's almost always the one thing nobody bothered to do. Here's the rule. Your subfloor has to be flat within 3/16 of an inch over a 10-foot span, and that's the manufacturer's standard. If you've got a hump or a dip bigger than that, you have to deal with it before a single plank goes down. On a high spot, you grind it down or sand it flat. On a low spot, you fill it in with a self-leveling compound so the whole floor sits on one flat plane. Now, here's what happens when somebody skips that step to save a little time and money. The floor isn't sitting flat, so when you walk across it, it flexes and it moves up and down in those spots. And LVP does not like to move. All that little movement works the locking mechanism back and forth over and over until it cracks and it breaks. Once that lock breaks, you start getting gaps, separation, you get that clicking and crackling sound when you walk, and the whole floor starts coming apart, usually in the first 1 to 3 years. Now trust me, this is exactly why I'm tearing out those $10,000 and $20,000 floors. It's almost never the product itself, it's the prep underneath it that nobody did. Number two, the product itself fails when it's too thin or when it's got the wrong locking mechanism. Let's talk about thickness first. Anything under 5 millimeters thick has the highest failure rate, period. And here's why. The thinner the plank, the thinner the core, and that core is what holds the locking edge together. Thin core means a brittle, weak little tongue on the edge of the plank. And that tongue is exactly the part that snaps. Now here's what most people don't realize. Even a nice thick 6 or 7 millimeters plank will still fail if it's got the wrong type of lock. There are also two main ways these planks are built. You might hear them called SPC and WPC. SPC has a denser stone-based core, so it's more rigid and it handles heat and moisture a lot better. WPC has a softer core, feels a little cushier under your feet, but it's not as stable. Either way, none of that matters if the locking system is junk. You can have thick plank with a cheap drop and lock joint and it will still come apart on you. Number three, expansion and contraction. This is a big one people never plan for. LVP moves with temperature. When it warms up, it expands and gets a little bigger. When it cools down, it shrinks back. And it's doing that all year long. That's why when you install it, you have to leave a small expansion gap around the entire edge of the room, tucked under the baseboards where you'll never see it. That gap gives the floor room to expand and contract. It is a non-negotiable. If someone installs it tight against the walls with no gap, the floor has nowhere to go when it expands. So it pushes against each other and itself and buckles right up in the middle of the room. And heat makes everything worse. If you've got a sunroom or a big south-facing window pouring direct sun onto that floor all afternoon, and all your planks aren't specifically ready to handle that heat, they will warp and curl on you. Remember that cheap container bending in my hands a minute ago? Same exact idea. Heat plus a cheap product equals warping. And there's one more thing that sun does that catches people completely off guard. Direct sunlight, day after day, will literally bleach your floor. The UV rays break down that printed wood image on the top of the plank, and over a couple of years, the color just fades out and goes dull. And here's the part that really stings. You won't even notice it's happening until the day you move the rug or slide a couch over. And there it is, a bright rectangle of the original color sitting in the middle of the faded floor. And once it's faded, there's no fixing it. So those gorgeous rooms with the big sunny windows are slowly cooking and bleaching a cheap floor every single afternoon. Number four, the warranty fine print. And this one catches so many people completely off guard. Everybody buys the floor because of that big shiny warranty number on the box. 25 years, lifetime, or whatever it says. But here's what's buried in the fine print. Most of those warranties are completely void if you didn't do two specific things. One, proper moisture testing on the subfloor and proper subfloor preparation. And two, acclimation. Acclimation just means you let the flooring sit inside the room it's going into for a few days before you install it, so it can adjust to the temperature and the humidity of your actual home. Skip either one of those steps and your warranty is basically worthless. Even if the floor fails for a real reason, and those cheap company warranties, a lot of times they're only good for 1 year anyway. And that brings me to the client I promised you at the start. They went with a cheap company to save a little money up front. A few years go by, somewhere around 3 to 5 years in, and the floor starts gapping, separating all over the place. So they go to call the company that installed the floor, figuring they'll use that warranty they were promised. But they were gone. They vanished. They weren't answering their phone, no answer from their emails, nothing. So they call me, and now they're paying out of their own pocket to replace the entire floor from scratch. That little bit of money they thought they saved at the start ended up costing way more in the end. And that happens way more than you think. And here's one thing almost nobody talks about, especially if you've got little kids crawling around on this floor. LVP is plastic, it's PVC, and some of the cheaper products, a lot of them made overseas with barely any oversight, can off-gas chemicals into your air, especially when they're brand new. That's a lot of what that strong new floor smell actually is. Now, I'm not here to scare you. Millions of homes have this floor in it and people live in it just fine. But if the air your family breathes matter to you, here's a simple fix. Look for a floor that's certified floor score or Green Guard Gold. That means it's been tested for what it puts into your air and it's passed. The good products will say it right on the box. The cheap ones usually stay quiet about it, and that kind of tells you something about it too. All right, the big question, is LVP right for your home? And how do you buy it the right way? Now, after everything I laid out, you might think I'm telling you to never buy LVP. I'm not. There are homes where it's genuinely the smartest floor you can put down. Replacing old worn out carpet, great fit. Got a basement that deals with moisture where hardwood would never survive? A good rigid core LVP is perfect for that. You have a rental property where you need something tough and easy to swap out between tenants? Absolutely, that's exactly what it's built for. A bathroom or a laundry room makes total sense as well. The point is, it's right for some rooms and wrong for others, no matter what the salesman tells you. Let's go room by room for a second, because this matters more than people think. If you're replacing carpet, like I said, you're perfect, you're great. Carpet's thick, LVP's thin, but the height usually works out just fine. But here's where you've got to be careful. If you're pulling out something like a thicker hardwood or laminate and dropping down to LVP, you can run into a real problem. LVP is much thinner than those floors. So when you go down to that thinner height, you can end up with big gaps underneath your door jambs and awkward transitions where your new floor meets the tile or the carpet in the next room, because the height just doesn't line up anymore. It's all fixable, but you've got to plan for it before you start, not after. And here's something to really think about if you ever plan to sell. A cheap LVP install can actually make your whole house look cheap, and buyers can feel it even if they can't put their finger on why. Part of it is the floor itself. The bargain stuff at discount prices only has 4 or 5 repeating wood patterns. So your eye starts picking up the exact plank over and over, and your brain just goes, that's fake. And part of it is the install. Those thin planks leave the awkward gaps and separation we just talked about. I've walked into plenty of homes where the second I look down, I can tell corners were cut. And in nicer neighborhoods especially, that can quietly work against you. I've never once seen a listing brag about vinyl the way they brag about real hardwood. So if resale matters to you at all, buy quality and have it installed the right way, or it can cost you on the back end. And either way, YouTube's telling me there's a really good chance the next video on the screen is exactly what you want to watch. Go check it out.